This video is made possible by the following mad lads. All their awesome gear they supply to me can be checked out in the description below. Hey guys, I'm gonna beat pole until I can't feel my legs boy here, and welcome back to Assetto Corsa for another video. Now, given that we finally now have a decent representation of an F1 car from 2019, I thought it was about time to bring back the Can I Beat Pole series. And for this video, that means I have to beat Charles Leclerc's record-setting pole lap time of a 1:27.866. So obviously the circuit we're going to be driving at is the Bahrain GP circuit, a track that I don't really like very much, nor am I very good at. So just getting those excuses out of the way before I fail to beat this time. Now, just a bit of housekeeping for you F1 purists out there. Yes, this model, this chassis is not a Ferrari. It's a Race Sim Studio Formula Hybrid, which is kind of a mix and match of most of the cars in the grid, but I think apparently it looks more like a Mercedes than anything else. And I have just slapped a Ferrari livery on it to try and pretend that I am driving as Charles Leclerc, but hopefully you guys can see past that. It's just more of an aesthetic thing. It's either that or just drive with no F1 livery at all, and I prefer doing this. As always, I'm going to be starting on a baseline setup and then working my way towards a car that I think will be better for this circuit. But anyway, let's pop on the VR headset and see just how close, or maybe if I can even beat Charles Leclerc's pole time from the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here we are then, on board our fake Ferrari at Bahrain. As you can see, absolutely sold out audience there to the left. So first lap, as always, is going to be just a bit of a cycle lap. I'm on the baseline setup. I'm not even going to be using full hybrid settings, just to see about where I am, what the car needs, and then we can start pushing it from there. In terms of lap times, you can see on the wheel whereabouts we are. Current lap time currently at 4 minutes 13, which isn't ideal because we're sitting in the pit lane. But to the right, that's the one that matters. We want to see our best lap time be better than a 1:27.86. Anyway, let's roll out and see what this car is made of. Now, it might look like I'm on the medium compound of tyre because it's got a yellow sidewall. That's just a graphical thing. I am on the soft tyre at the moment, so at least we're starting in the right place. Making our way to the end of the pit lane. And away we go. I forgot how good this car sounds. Saying that about a Turbo V6 is quite the compliment. Now, you might notice our DRS light is always on, so we can use DRS wherever we like. I am, however, going to be faithful to the real-life regs, so when we're coming out of that T3 there is when I'll use my DRS. Here's where Vettel spun around, and now we're blinded by the big ball in the sky. Coming down to the middle sector. This is where this track is kind of tricky to set up a car for, because this is a downforce section through here, and then we're met with a couple of corners that don't really matter if we have low downforce on, then a massive straight, then another downforce section. So it's just about getting the car balanced around here in terms of having it right, nice and easy in the way. There's our second DRS zone, so we'll hit the button. So you can see top left, when we have 2 green lights, DRS is activated. Single green light means it isn't. Now coming up to this fast left-hander, running quite a bit of downforce right now, so it should be quite easy through here. We're probably going to suffer on the straights a little bit. I guess my goal for my first time around here, we get underneath a 130, but we'll see with this setup, we'll see. So we're going to put it on the balanced high setting, which is like a fast race setting, just to get a feel for it. Also carrying quite a bit of fuel. Anyway, so going to wait for the DRS marker, which is up here. DRS is now open. We'll watch our speed climb in the bottom left-hand corner of the wheel there. 200 mile an hour is 320 k's. We aren't going to quite reach that. We'll try to break at the 100. Not bad. Quite pedestrian on the way in, though. Being soft on the power on the way out. Wait till we get out of the corner, and then DRS open now. There's no marker there, so I'm pretty much guessing where to hit that. Now for this kind of fast right-hander. It's a bit deceptive, this one. It's a bit of understeer as we turn in. Car isn't really loaded through there, so it's very easy to spin the car around, as Mr. Sebastian Vettel found out. Let's try to be neat and tidy for this bit, but you see the car ploughing at the front. So not quite good with the aero yet, but we'll get there. Worst corner on the circuit, this. I hate this corner, although it's much easier with VR, I can tell you that. DRS open. Trying to shift when we get two flashing blue lights or just past it sometimes. You can over-rev quite a bit in this car. You don't get the maximum power out of it. Oh, big wiggle there. But it's good if you want to hold a gear. And the car is feeling quite nervous right now. Oh no, not DRS. I opened DRS there instinctively, then closed it straight away again. That time isn't too bad though. We'll see where we are. So there is the pole time. We've just gone past it, and our first lap round is a 1:31.9. So we're quite a way off right now, but that's a race lap essentially. So that's a pretty quick race lap on not very much fuel and a decent setting and on fresh tyres. So that's not too bad a place to start from. What I'm going to do now is go back to the pit lane. I'm going to adjust the downforce. I think we have a bit too much downforce on. I need to really start going towards straight line speed because I'm fairly sure they were doing over 200 mile an hour in quali down the front straight. Take some fuel out, do a couple of other minor changes, and then see where we are on our second lap. Right, so I've made a couple of changes to the downforce first. So I've taken about 25%, 30% of the downforce away, which should hopefully help us on the straights. And also made, just taking a bit of fuel out, try and get down to that qualifying mindset. Anyway, coming to our DRS zone, open, and away we go. Let's see what the top speed we have this time, shall we? They're getting much closer to that big 200. There it is, brake at the 100. Bit more aggressive on the braking there. Oh, car is sliding on exit, careful up here. Car's very slidey, straight line, DRS open, we're already up by 0.2 of a second. I can see that on my delta in the top right hand corner of the wheel. Being very easy through here. Car feels very slidey, you can see it there. Four-wheel slide, but we've gained half a second just by being a bit neater than last time I was through there. Fifth gear through here, hold it, nail on the power. I'm a bit neater through here this time. A little bit of a scrub from the front wheels, but otherwise it turned in a lot better. 7/10 up at the moment, so a good lap. A little bit wide going into that horrible left-hander. So easy to do, we saw people do that so much in the race. Now again, just gaining time in the straight line with that lower downforce. Be a bit more aggressive into here, trying to get the car snapping. There you go, softer on the power, better exit. Again, time gained. Long right-hander, easy flat through here. Very tricky apex, that one. A bit wide. Still carrying the speed though. We've got one more DRS zone and we are a second up at the moment. Oh, that was a bad last corner. Just got it a bit slippy. Still going to be faster. DRS open across the line. That's a 1:30.7, so we're getting closer. Closer and closer. Not sure if I can do it on this tyre though. Although I've noticed, was I in a... Oh, I wasn't even in the right the right ERS mode there. So I think what I'm probably going to do is just very quickly tweak. I think maybe the rear suspension a bit. It's a bit slidey at the back, or maybe have a softer anti-roll bar at the front, just so it doesn't plough as much. And then we'll go again, but this time with the right ERS setting. Okay, so very small changes this time. Just a couple of clicks of the front anti-roll bar. Try and make the car a little bit nicer to turn in. And I'm going to be using the right ERS map, so hot lap mode. Here we go, this should be worth a little bit of time. Coming up to the DRS zone, already the car feels so much faster in the hot lap ERS mode. Look at the speed gain, 20 miles an hour already. This is going to be a lot quicker. Oh, a bit of a lock up in the T1 there, just about managed to get to the apex though. Stamp on the power, be careful, careful. Now we can unleash the full 1,000 plus horsepower. DRS open again, already 3/10 up. This is a proper corner for me, definitely. No! Car's trying to go around, it's so slippy out there. Oh, a little bit sketchy through there, but we made it through in one piece. Again, neat and tidy down here, neat and tidy, and then power. Car feels a lot more leery in this ERS map, I'll tell you that now. Gained quite a few horsepower, it feels like. Again, this DRS down the straight, gaining time all the time we have any sort of acceleration zone with this DRS map. As expected, really. Trying to be smooth through there, it's really difficult, the car just wants to slide. I don't want to take much more downforce off, but I almost feel like I could use it. So we are doing similar speeds now, I think, to the qualifiers in the real life race. So already a second up again. I know this last corner was pretty bad on my faster lap, so we'll see how it is this time. Smoother. A little bit of oversteer and exit. I mean, run out of ERS. Disaster. That's a 129.4, so we are getting a lot closer now. I need to be a bit more sparing with the ERS, it seems. Only come onto that setting right at the end of a lap, maybe just coming into the last corner. But the car is feeling a little bit quicker. Although I'm not really sure how I'm going to combat the fact that you see up there at the top of the course, so the car is just horrible coming out of its right-hander. In real life, it seems there's a lot more grip through there on the tyre, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But I can't quite get it to turn in the way I want it to. So I'm going to go have a look, see if I can get anything out of the just absolute plethora of suspension settings that I've got no idea what half of them do. And hopefully we can make this corner a little bit easier to get through. So I'm actually running pretty much the same settings. The only difference is this time is that I have some softer rear springs to try and help the car stay a bit more stable through the fast stuff. Anyway, so now we go on to the hot lap mode, saving it right for the end of a lap. Let's see if it makes any difference, shall we? I know there's a lot of time to be made in the middle sector, so that's where I'm going to be aiming to do so. Let's move it through there. Wait for the Golf Air sign. There it is, DRS. Let's see. Lost a bit of time here last lap. Let's try and get that back this time by. Yeah, that was a lot smoother. Still felt like I had to wait a long time though. That's a lot smoother through there. Really attacking this left-hander this time as much as I don't want to. You can go down to second there, but the car spins. I think it's better just to keep it in third. Try and get the power as soon as you can, that fast left-hander, but you don't want to do anything, it just slides. So much power in this thing. Hopefully I'll have a bit more left for the run to the line this time. I don't think we're going to. Out of ERS again right at the end. It's going to cost us a little bit of time. It's a 28.9, so we're not quite there yet. We have still another second to find in order to try and beat Mr. Leclerc, and I'm not quite sure how much I can do. I can probably get into the 27s eventually if I kept lapping around here relentlessly, but I don't have all the time in the world to do that. So what I'm going to do is maybe go for a softer compounder tyre, you know? We'll see what that does. So really, for all intents and purposes, no, I couldn't beat Charles Leclerc's pole lap. I'm not quite sure where that will put me in the qualifying of the real race, so there'll be something on screen that tells you that anyway. But let's go see, just for the sake of it, if I can beat it with a softer tyre. Okay then, so we're totally not on our cheetah compound of tyre. Let's see if it makes a difference, shall we? I'm in two minds, but we'll have to wait and see for the last corner. Oh wow, a bit of a slide out of there, and onto our hot lap mode. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that 27.8. I am not confident, but we'll see. Just caught the tyre, the right rear tyre there on the curb on the way in. Oh, that understeer. Felt a bit quicker there into that tricky left. Still can't get the power down out of there. Across the line, so 128.5. I'm about 8 tenths off. And I think, again, maybe if I had all day and I could sit here and play and try and get rid of that understeer at the top of the course, I think that might be an error. I don't really know, to be honest, seeing as it seemed to do it even with a lot of aero. Then maybe I can get a bit closer, and I'm sure there are a lot of you out there who can quite easily beat the pole time. But for me, 28.5 is where I end up. So this time I do not beat Charles Leclerc's pole, even when trying to cheat. But that was a lot of fun, and I'm actually surprised, because usually when you get a car like this, which is a modded car, I think it has maybe some real data in it, but not entirely, of course. Teams are very cagey with that, as you'd imagine. On a modded circuit, which usually aren't 100% accurate, I think that's pretty good to be that close. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, then I'd love it if you hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, then make sure to hit subscribe to be notified of future videos like this and future streams. Big thank you, as always, to my Patreons and to my sponsors. You guys keep the channel running, so thank you so much for the support you give me. Take care, have an awesome day, and I'll see you all next time.